Join me as we hike the Gateway Mesa Open Space Trail outside of Castle Rock, Colorado.
The hike starts out easy with a nice crushed rock and gravel base on a gradual climb. There are two trail systems here, one's called Chuck's Loop and the other is called the Legacy Trail. Early on, we are high enough to experience a nice view of the mountains and plains to the east. Gateway Mesa was private land prior to 2019, and it's located on a mesa that was part of a larger cattle ranch back in the day, and there are still signs of ranching here today. At about the half-mile mark, the nice gravel trail gets a bit rockier, almost as if we are on a rock plateau surface, and we start to see some new vegetation such as the ponderosa pine trees and the pinyon pines. At 0.6 miles, we come across a trail junction. The Mitchell Creek Canyon Trail connects here, and I took a brief detour to check it out for a future hike. The Chuck's Loop Trail we're on continues to the left. The Chuck Loops Trail continues for another 0.1 mile through Gamble Oak until we reach the intersection of the Legacy Trail. At the intersection of Chuck's Loop and the Legacy Loop, we come across a nice sign with a good map and directions on how to get to the Legacy Trail, which is much more picturesque and challenging than Chuck's Loop. The trail signs are actually stuck to the ground, perhaps because the ground is solid rock, as we start to make our way to the edge of the canyon and down the hill. Almost immediately, we start getting into some serious scrambling down the East Canyon wall. You know it's serious when there are chains installed to help maintain your grip on the way down. But it's worth it, because the view we get from here of the valley below is truly awesome. After descending down the ridge and the steep part of the top of the canyon, we hug the canyon wall for a bit. This part of the trail is rocky and pretty hilly. We turn northwest and enter into a dense ponderosa forest. The trail here goes from a rocky base to a softer surface, which is much easier to walk down. The forest provides some shade and acts as a windbreak to help us get out of the crazy winds we experienced up top. As we walk through the woods, we stop for a moment to take a look around, and we realize that we're surrounded by some really cool rock formations and cliffs. This is one of my favorite spots on this hike. We hike along the bottom of this cliff through the woods on a really quiet and peaceful trail. Finding an abandoned pickup truck in the middle of the forest wasn't on my bingo card, but we found one today. This one was abandoned decades ago.
Back down here at the trailhead, we finished that in just under about an hour and a half. The trail was about 3 miles long. We added a little bit of mileage on that Mitchell Creek trailhead spur, but all in all, this was a wild hike. I mean, we started hiking down a farm road. We saw horses, and then we got into some cool pine tree areas, and then we literally scaled down a cliff and walked through a forest. I felt like we were in the middle of the Rocky Mountains. This trail is a hidden gem. It's literally like 4 miles outside of Castle Rock. It's got a little bit of everything. I will say on the scale, it's challenging. I mean, you could probably do Chuck's hike with relative ease, but there's a lot of scaling and hand holding as you climb up and down those canyon walls. The scenery is just beautiful though, and it's a must hike for anyone in the Denver metro area.
Today we visit the 105 West Brewing Company in Castle Rock. 105 West refers to the 105th degree west meridian, a line of longitude that runs through the region. 105 Brewing has been a popular spot in town for over 10 years, hosting events, music, and serves great beer. Today I tried the Send It Grapefruit IPA. Cheers to another great hike, and I will see you next time.